Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the WZ-114. It's a tier 9 Chinese premium heavy tank. It's located on the north spawn of Fisherman's Bay, and it's under the command of Awppenheimer of MAHOU, and in the Char Millie 75 is Twisted Rapture, his platoon mate in the French tier, is it tier 9? Yes, tier 9 French light. Well, obviously that T29 didn't want to get away at the start of the game. It's a tier 9 game with tier 7 tanks in it. Oppenheimer's in the WZ-114, which has got a main gun, 130mm, capable of doing 530 alpha and penetrating 266mm with standard ammo, and with the premium ammo it's 311mm. So very good penetration, very good alpha for a tier 9, but I'm afraid this tank is not a very good tank, mainly down to its fire rate. It's absolutely diabolically bad. Yeah, the reload time, the standard reload, is 19.18 seconds. Let's read that again. 19.18 seconds per shot. Now, Arty got that down to 14.71, which is very, very good indeed, but it is so slow. Well, he did damage the Object 252U, who came to a sudden stop when he realised what he was facing. A 13cm gun capable of doing a huge amount of damage to him very, very quickly. But, yeah, this vehicle acts more like a tank destroyer with a turret than a actual heavy tank. Unfortunately, the reload time is so bad, so diabolically bad, that this tank can't go toe-to-toe with the enemy, because if it does, the enemy are just going to pin it full of holes from their better DPM. The DPM for this gun is only, or this tank, is only 1658.37. That is so low. Really, really low. It doesn't have great armor as well. Well, the front of the turret does. It's 300mm on the front of the turret. Size of the turret, 175/95. But the front of the body, well, it does have 140. He's got his first hit, a low roll for 463. The upper plate's okay, but the lower plate's a weak spot. It does have very good alpha, very good pen, very good accuracy, very strong upper glacis, and a strong turret. It even has good gun depression, which is amazing for a Chinese tank. But this is a tank that was never produced. They never actually manufactured the WZ-114. It's a fictional tank, a figment of Wargaming's imagination, and yeah, he didn't even get that one through. It's actually, they said that it was for the Chinese actually increasing their own domestic production of vehicles. But of course, the Chinese did manufacture a lot of their tanks based on Soviet versions. Oh, we got a pen through the Chieftain prototype's turret there, the cupola. I got a lovely pen, only 500 though, and now the Chieftain's decided he wants to go for it, and he's trying to get behind us. So we kept caught in the crossfire. Well, there goes the 252U, and now, oh, we just lost the ISM to the Chieftain, but now the Chieftain's in a load of trouble because we've got our teammates coming in to try and help, and this is where the DPM, oh, well, he did get that one through for 467, and the Chieftain prototype goes down. He's taken out in the end by a T20. Okay, so the enemy's wasting a huge number of tanks. We're going to pen this guy. Oh, didn't! I say that, and we didn't pen him, and he got tracked in place, so he couldn't fix his repair kit. Didn't use his repair kit. Going for the lower plates on T29. He's out the game completely with that one shot. Okay, he bounces around from the KV-3 and he's pushing on. Oh, took a round there from a T-103. Now that guy's also a turreted tank destroyer. Well, he is a turreted tank destroyer. The WZ-114 should act like a turreted tank destroyer, and the KV-3's out the game. So Oppenheimer has 3 kills so far, but there are 4 tanks down on the enemy. The enemy has the west side of the battlefield, and that means we're in a whole lot of trouble because it looks like they're going to actually capture our cap area. Pumps 1 round into the T-103 without the guy being able to respond. He's going to go round these houses to try and get at him from a different angle. So, as I said, the worst thing about this vehicle is its DPM, but it does have a weak lower glacis. It also has a pretty poor cupola there, you can see, which is actually fairly visible. It's not as bad as an American cupola, but it's still bad all the same. Kills off the T-103, so now he's got 4 kills. Or did he? Yes, he did get the T-103. Trying to get the shot on the Super Hellcat, but he's not loaded. And that guy goes down eventually to the Standard B. There's only 4 guys left on our team, and they're all, well, all except the Lorraine, who's up the other end of the map, and he's about to die. Yeah, the Lorraine 155-51, and he's gone. It's actually a Lorraine 155-50. Okay, Leopard prototype comes in. 1 into the engine bay. He selected that one. He waited. He paused. And he gets a high roll for 543 off that one. The Leopard's coming for him. He knows he's got a bad DPM. Pumps another one in. Desperately trying to hide until he's reloading. He's taking a shot there from an SMV CC56. Of course, he's got him by the side. Now, the Leopard's pulling back. Oh, he missed out. And ram killed by a Type 59, and the enemy is now capping. There's only 1 guy left on our team. He's a Standard B. He's low on hit points, and it does look like he's going to go down. He's over there. That's so sad. And he goes out the game to the Leopard prototype. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first class tanker for Awppenheimer of MAHOU in the WZ-114. A diabolically bad heavy tank, but with some pretty heavy armor, a very good gun. It's just a very poor DPM. He also managed to get his 2nd mark of excellence in that game, even though they lost. And he got a fighter badge for taking out at least 4 enemy vehicles. He did get 4 exactly, as well as a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a Pfeiffer effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7 in that one. And he did get the highest damage in the game, albeit at a very slow pace. 9,076 was the win rate. That's Super Unicum and a lot more. He was working that tank as hard as he could, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to capitalize on that game because most of his team got wiped out around him. And in the end, he went down to a ram kill from a Type 59 on the enemy team, who managed to, well, just ram into his side and take out his last few remaining hit points. So we can see the highest damage in the game was actually 5,583 hit points of damage. That went to Oppenheimer. 2nd highest damage was the Charioteer on the enemy team, who got a Confederate and 3,388 hit points of damage. And the 3rd highest damage actually went to the Leopard prototype with 2,832. We can see that the Twisted Rapture got 352 hit points of damage before he was taken out. Didn't get any kills, and 217 XP. So sadly, he didn't do very well either. When it came to kills, he shared the top spot. They both got 4 kills. The WZ-114 of Awppenheimer got the same number of kills as the T-49 on the enemy team. He got a patrol duty. So 3 kills went to the Standard B, the last of our teammates left alive. And 2 kills went to the Leopard prototypes on the enemy team, their T-103, and of course their Type 59 and their Pantera. And the Type 59 got a Leather Slaves medal in that game, because of course he's Tier 8 Premium, and he killed a Tier 9 Premium. And when it came to base XP, it's the enemy team comes out on top with the T49 getting 1,204, the only one to get over 1,000 base. The KV3 got 866, and their Charioteer got 862, but Awppenheimer did rather well, 762. I guess that's a reflection on the fact that he did get a lot of damage, getting the highest damage, and of course getting the highest number of kills. He fired only 16 shells in the game. Well, it does reload rather slowly. 14 direct hits on the enemy, 11 penetrations, damage of 5,583 hit points, all of it at close range. He received 10 hits from the enemy, 6 of which penetrated, 4 non-penetrations, and 1,570 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 4, and did 437 hit points of damage assistance or spotting assist. On a premium count, he earned 128,118 credits for the battle, and he got Courageous Resistance because, of course, he picked up a Battle Hero medal in a losing or drawn game. 10,935 for that, bringing up a total of 139,053 credits altogether. And even though he used a lot of standard ammo during that game as well, he still ended up with a profit on this one on a premium count of 43,058 credits. He got 25 bonds for mission achievement and 5 bonds for this vehicle's ability or special ability because it is basically a premium. And he actually took away 1,872 experience points as well out of that game, even though he was on the losing team. So there you go. The WZ-114, really not a heavy tank. It's more of a turreted tank destroyer. In a way, you should be playing this tank much like you played the T103, sitting at the back and shooting from a long way away and trying to avoid the enemy putting shells into you. But you see, Awppenheimer played that very aggressively. He was trying to use the armor on the vehicle. Even though it's got a tremendously bad DPM, it does have the armor to block shots. And if you're an expert player like Awppenheimer and you know how to block shots, then it shouldn't be a hindrance to actually use the street corner the way he did, side scrape it, and still be able to get damage on the enemy, being really close and up front. That Chieftain prototype actually did the right thing in a sense to actually try and get behind Awppenheimer, because of course he's got a very slow turret rotation. It would actually force him to fire in one direction or the other, and so somebody was going to be shooting at him and not being able to respond. But in the end, actually, the Chieftain prototype went down because his teammates were able to get shots into his side and take him down as well. So interesting battle in the WZ-114. I don't know if you've got one. It is as I say, it's a tier 9 premium. So not a lot of people have it. If you do have one, you're probably getting mixed results with it because, of course, that very poor DPM. And I would say, unless you're a really expert player at heavy tank work, don't play this as a heavy tank. Don't try and brawl, because the enemy tanks will always win in a brawl because they've got a much better DPM than you have. So they'll just out DPM you out of the game. Whereas if you play this as a turreted tank destroyer, then they're not going to get penetrations on you, and you can sit at the back and punch holes in them at a distance and be quite happy knowing that they're going to suffer, but they're not going to be able to do the same to you unless you allow the enemy to actually get a decent shot on you. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.